Hi everyone, Marcel here from The Average Runner, and you're probably here to look at some free training plans. Don't worry, we've got those covered, and we'll discuss them now. And why are there different training plans for potentially trail or road? It's all about the terrain you're running on, and it's all about the different race that you're going to be entering. So if you're running a 10K or 20K or 50K, some of them might be as flat and as easy as runnable as possible. Some of them might have elevation. So what you're trying to do is work on all different areas in your running space to get the best out of it. And I'll kind of discuss those in a bit now. But essentially, if you looked at all different training plans out there, you can look at ours, you can customize it, you can use external ones out there. But essentially, all of them are very similar, where they've got about 4 to 5 days of running. Depending on your distance, it could go down to 3 days of running. And then what they also have is they will have an easy run, they'll have some hill repeats, they'll have some sprints, and then they'll have a long run and potentially some cross training. But the things that most people miss out on, and it's probably the most valuable for you to understand, is doing strength, core, and stretching exercises, which I know a lot of us don't like to do. I'm one of those who try to skip it as much as possible. But when I've started to run longer races and do that, I've noticed that the strength and core has really helped a lot more than actually extra hours on the legs, which is strange. You would think that you running a lot longer on the legs will help. Yes, of course it does, but the strength and the core exercises, I feel it's just helping the body become overall ready for the race that you're going to enter, versus just running on the legs that your legs are, and then your upper body, or there's no other strength that's helping your body run. So we'll dive deep into it. I'll show you some of the training plans that we have. So we've developed some generic ones for you to take a look at. It looks like this. So essentially it's a Google Sheet that you've got access to, and then you can track your runs for, let's say it's a 9-week or 12-week program based on your distance. And as you enter them, what will happen is the graph will actually change and show you how you're tracking and if you're hitting those goals. So it's a really generic plan. It's nice and easy to use. You can of course change it up and do what you need to do, but it kind of gives you a breakdown of what's needed and what you need to do per week to get to that goal distance of your race. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe and comment below. I'm going to share a link now to the next set of playlists where there's different distances. So I'm going to discuss a plan for a 10K, a plan for 21K, 42 and 50. So just take a look at the right video that you want to watch below, and then go watch it, and then I'll deep dive into the training plan and showcase a little bit more around that. Also, some people might need some extra effort in terms of being accountable for training. Sometimes once they get a free plan and they're playing around with it and they're like, oh, I have to log in, or I have to do hours, or whatever the case may be. Another great option, and I've used it personally and I enjoy running with it, it's a company or an app called VertRun. And then what's great about VertRun is they actually have access to all these different training running plans. But even what's better is that actually on your phone you get an app, and then it can track the progress. So with my generic Google Sheet one, I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'm just saying if you need that motivation, it has to be on your phone, and you have to have someone messaging you and saying, hey, aren't you running today, or how's the running feeling, or whatever the case may be. I would definitely recommend VertRun. So there's loads of free training plans, and I'll jump into that now and show you some of those free training plans from VertRun. And then there's also discounts. So if you sign up, there's lots of free ones, like I said, but if you sign up and going for a paid for one, you can use Average Runners 40. So Average Runners and then the number 40. I'll put it in the description below. But when you sign up, you can get a discount based on when you sign up. So if you're going for more of a paid one where you're getting a coach and a lot more customizable features, then definitely use the code below to get a bit of a discount. Cool. So quickly on VertRun, like I said, there's a link in the description below as well. So just click on that link to go to VertRun. Essentially, you can do you can manage it online, or the app I enjoy the app more. It's a little bit easier to use because it's always on your phone and you can just wake up and then it tells you what you're supposed to be doing today. But essentially, they've got plans from if you've never run before and you're going from couch to trail, or you want to become a 10K trail runner, or you want to go from road marathons for trail, to trail training for your first 10K. Definitely something to look at because there's loads of free trainings on there as well. But then also the paid version, which I discussed earlier. So let's jump to the generic plans we made on the Google Sheet side. But again, remember there's always that Vert Run one if you want to jump into it and start playing around with it and you want an app kind of feature. It's a really great training plan. Used it multiple times before for most of my races.